Hi, my name is Joler, and this is gonna be a speedrun guide to Brigmore Witches any percent. So for this guide, I'm just gonna assume that most people watching are fairly familiar with Dishonored speedrunning in general. If you haven't ran Dishonored before and this is the first category that you want to start out with, that's not such a big problem. There might be a couple of things that you have issues understanding in this guide, but I think it should be fine. The only thing that to keep in mind is you need to know how to slip clip. I'm not going to go into slip clipping in this guide, but instead I'm just going to post a link to a slip clipping tutorial in the video description. Also, while watching this, make sure to also watch the world record, because it's way easier to understand how certain tricks work and everything if you see them like actually done fast, as well as in the tutorial. So before we get into the actual game, I wanted to take a look at some settings that are useful when running this. As for every Dishonored tutorial, or Dishonored category I mean, having interact or pick up items bound to scroll wheel is really useful. I'm not going to explain how to do that, but I'll also put a link to some guide on how to do that in the description. Something that you can change here though is auto aim and aim assist. I got that all turned to max because we're going to be shooting some sleep darts, and it helps quite a bit to have some aim assist on. Also you want to have some nice keyboard mappings so that you can quickly select blink, sleep darts and grenades, because those are the items that we're going to be using. Okay, so let's jump into Brigmore Witches then. So we start the runner from new game. Select the hardest difficulty actually. We need to sit through this cutscene. Timing doesn't start here. Timing starts when we gain control of the character. But you shouldn't have to worry about timing, since if you're doing runs of this you should be using live split and the auto splitter, and that one starts the timer automatically, so don't have to worry about that. Reason we start on hardest difficulty is because of this first fight against Corvo. The fight doesn't stop until we actually die, so we want to die as quickly as possible. As soon as we gain control, we just start running forward, and Corvo will hit us, and we will die. There we go. Sometimes he jumps to the side like that. Turn back the difficulty to easiest. And then we will just die. So in this cutscene here in the top right corner, you can see that we're gonna get 6 bone charms. These are completely random. And they might be important, but I'll come back to that later. But it's important to look which one you actually get.
What is it? Thomas has returned with the information you requested. He's waiting.
And as soon as we gain control here, equip Blink, Blink right here, Blink down to this chest and interact. When this cutscene is, or this animation here is playing, start holding backwards like the S key, and also sprint of course, always hold sprint. And then we're gonna move back a little bit before this menu pops up, which saves a little bit of time. Upgrade agility to level 2, and you might want to go into the bone charms menu. There are 2 different bone charms that you can get that I think are actually fast, and those are Swift Stalker and Fleet Fighter, so we didn't get any of them this time. But Swift Stalker is pretty much worth equipping. Fleet Fighter, it's a bit different. It makes you go run faster, but since you're always blinking, you have so much mana that you're basically constantly blinking in this category. So actually running fast doesn't save that much time. And in my opinion, it makes like certain timings that I have practiced not work because you're running faster. So I tend to not equip Fleet Fighter, but you could do whatever you feel like. Also just try and see what you like the most. If you feel it's fine to use Fleet Fighter, then it's probably a little bit faster. Okay, quit out of this. If you want to equip some bone charms, go do that first. Then go talk to this guy. Skip the cutscene.
Coldridge, we can use this. We'll get her out. In stride, we'll have to pay back the favor.
And we wait until he's done talking.
Our transport.
Ready to leave, sir? Or should I wait?
And just mash here to get through these menus. Okay, so for this mission we're gonna buy 10 mana potions. Like that. Just escape, start mission, and skip that. Equip blink, lean to the right, and blink down here. And then we want to start running and blink out this hole. We don't want to blink too late, because if we enter this area, then we can't blink anymore. So we want to run to about here and then blink. Then put away our sword and start climbing these stairs. It's not possible to skip all of these climb up animations, sadly. Okay, and get over that, and then in here. As soon as you see the mana bar turn blue again, that means that we can blink once more. So as soon as you see that, equip blink, double jump and aim at this bar that's holding the loudspeaker. And you should land and avoid an animation. Blink here, double jump and blink up here. If you don't do that fast enough, you'll get hit by the arc pylon. Arc pylons work in the way that if you don't have full health, you're gonna die. So if you realize that, crap, I'm gonna get hit by an arc pylon, use a health potion. So that you're on full health. Because there's a number of places in this run where we have to blink past arc pylons. Okay, so now I'm gonna explain how this mission works. So Lazy Stride that we're supposed to rescue can be in 4 different cells in the prison. And one, it's completely random which one she's in. One is really far away over there, and it takes really long time to get to it. So if that's the luck that you're gonna get, it's usually just worth resetting the run. It's not worth going over there and actually saving her. But there are 3 locations that are pretty near, and those are right there, right here, where she is at right now, and also in the bottom, on the bottom floor in the corner, so this cell but like 2 floors down. Okay, so once you found her, I usually check that one as I'm running past, and then this one, and if she's not in one of these, I just blink down there in the corner. And well, if she's not in any of them, that means that she's in the worst luck one, which it's just reset anyhow. So okay, so once I found her, slip clip through this, run in, interact with the lever, then pick her up, link close to this, and slip clip out. So no matter which luck you get, you wanna, and after you've retrieved Lazy Stride, you wanna end up either right here or like 1 floor down right here, because we want to go back out the way we came from. So just blink down and blink on top of this. Might want to use a health potion so you don't get killed by the arc pylon. Blink up here, and then over here. And then right here you want to move as far out as possible before you blink. But you don't want to go into the area where you can't blink anymore. And jump, and hopefully you'll get some boosts from the guards. Jump over the railing and fall down here, and walk along this. And then do 1 last blink. And that's the first mission.
See that her wounds get attention.
It will be done. All quiet, sir. Ready to go.
Let's go.
Okay, so for the second mission we want to buy some more things. We want to refill on health potions, or mana potions I mean. Also 10 sleep darts and 1 grenade. You might want to get a health potion here, depending on if you used one in the previous mission. It's always nice having some health. And you have some money to spare, so... Okay, skip that and start blinking. Just blink the same way I do here. Interact with this door. Here, double jump and land on a boat, and blink to this ladder. Quick grenade and throw it right at that guy, and then blink right here. Okay, so we're gonna interact with the horn of the boat, and this can be done through the window that we're standing next to. So the way this is done is by jumping and then using the mouse wheel to interact with the like the string that triggers the horn. Or you could just mash F, but it's probably a lot harder.
Time to signal Lizzie.
Like that. It might take a couple of tries, but it's still faster than having to run around this entire thing.
Lizzie's stride is assuming
Skip that. And then run out and talk to Lizzie. Skip that as well, equip Blink, and just head on out. For this next Blink, you want to time it so you actually land on top of this. Okay, here's another arc pylon, same thing as always. Might want to use a health potion if you feel like you're gonna get hit by it. But if you go fast enough, you should be able to avoid it. Like that. And then interact with this. You can also, I think you can use another Blink here to get to this thing. Okay, skip this. And then start blinking here. We're gonna be doing a number of clips here to get down to like the basement. We start by clipping through this wall. Then we end up here, out of bounds. Then we want to get down so we're standing on this platform right here. And then clip through this. Pick up the engine coil. And then clip through this wall. Okay, once you're through that, jump on top of this rock right here. Still out of bounds. So the way we get back in bounds here is a kind of awkward slip clip. We're gonna do a slip clip in this angle where we aim the Blink at this edge right here. So we want to get these these arrows on that edge. The way I set this up is by standing on this rock, walking a bit to the side, to the right, and then look somewhere in the middle of this. And then you can see that like for a split second I have those arrows on that edge. So then you just do that slip clip like this. And yeah, this can be quite hard, so you might want to practice that. If you don't actually aim right at the edge, you might fall down into the water here. And if that happens, it's not possible to just blink out of the water, like you can't blink straight up here from the water. So instead what you want to do if that happens is blink over here and get on top of these pipes, and then start blinking up. Okay, so we go back the same way we came. Okay, same thing with arc pylon. Right here you can do a couple of different things. I like blinking, landing here, and then blinking through this thing. But it's also possible to land on top of it if you time the blinks differently. Blink to this. And make your way over to the boat. Okay, so before you insert the engine coil here, you might want to do a quick save. So as soon as you connect it, there's going to be a number of witches that will be spawning here. And I'm going to explain this fight before I show it. So you want to use sleep darts to take care of the witches. And there's going to be 4 of them, I think. One here, one somewhere around here, and one like over there somewhere. You get kind of used to their positions after doing this a couple times. Normally when firing sleep darts, if you just try to fire a lot of them in succession, it's kind of slow because dart has to reload. So something that makes it a tiny bit faster is firing a sleep dart, equipping blink, equipping sleep darts again. That way you don't have to watch the reload animation. So like that. I don't know, it's it's not fast at all. Like it's not that much faster at all, but it saves a tiny bit of time, I feel. So yeah, the reason why I want to make a quick save here is because if you in this fight hit one of your friends here with a sleep dart, which is really easy to accidentally do, then you can't finish the mission until I think you need to kill all of them. So it's obviously something you don't want to do because that would be really slow. So if you accidentally hit one of them with a sleep dart, then you want to load that quick save that you made. So let's show now how this fight looks like. Okay. Like you see, I hit that guy accidentally. It's really easy to just accidentally do it. Okay, like that. And once you're done with all of them, just blink up here. and then interact with this. When you try to interact with that lever, there might be a guy, like an assassin, talking to you. If that happens, just skip that dialogue and then you're done with the mission. It doesn't matter at all. Okay, so last mission of the DLC. This time around, buy more mana potions and sleep darts. As well as, I don't know, if you want to, you can buy some health potions. You don't have any use for the money anyhow. Skip this cutscene, and as soon as you've skipped that, equip blink and start running in this direction and just blink. Just throw in as many blinks as you can. Double jump and blink over that, and then blink right next to the door. Do a slip clip through the door, like that. And now we're out of bounds inside of the building. I'm gonna pause just because there's a lot of sounds going on. So there's this like big area where you can't see the ground in the middle of the of this building, as you can see. Some of that ground is actually solid and you can stand on it. So there is some part of that you're just gonna fall down like forever if you would fall down through it, but there is some parts of that you can stand on. So the way I do this is by blinking here, double jump and blinking and landing on this edge right here. Then making another blink here, blink to this corner right here, then lean, just a normal lean, not a slip clip, and blink through this. Then do 2 more blinks and pick up this key right here, the front door key, and blink back to the same corner. Lean through, not a slip clip, and just blink here to this edge. 1 more blink here, double jump and blink, like aim at the door. And as you see now, I'm just standing in air, basically. Blink to the door and enter the building. So for this area here, I'm gonna show 2 different routes. I guess I'll start with a little bit easier one. So blink here, blink up here, aim at this thing and blink through that. Blink through that little window or whatever it is. Then blink up here. And blink right next to this lantern and pick it up. That's a little bit easier route, but it's also a little bit slower, I think. So what I do, but requires a slip clip, is blink to this door, slip clip through it, blink up here and try to like maintain your speed, blink through this, blink on top of this furniture or whatever it is, and double jump and aim your blink at this white rectangle right here. And then you got the lantern right there. So yeah, it's not a huge time difference, you can do whatever you feel works the best for you, really. Once you got the lantern, when I run out a little bit here, blink over here, slip clip through this wall. This can be a little bit tricky, but you get used to it. Run out here and blink over here. So what we're gonna do now is double jump and blink and land on that little ledge right there. Like that. And then through this, we're gonna make a slip clip and land somewhere around here. So this is obviously a really tiny edge, so doing this slip clip can be a bit tricky, but with some practice you get used to it. So like that, and then interact with the painting. And as soon as this animation is done, you need to interact with the painting again. Okay, there's gonna be some dialogue here, so there's 2 dialogue skips that you need to do. Like that. And then as soon as you've done that, equip blink and blink straight forward and you're gonna fall down into this hole. When the screen is fading in here, you can actually start moving. So as soon as the screen has gone white, like start holding W and sprint. So you will move a little bit while it's fading in. And do a couple of blinks here. So this is the end fight of the game, fight against Delilah. And this can be a little bit tricky. There's a lot of things going on, but the general strat here is to never get spotted by her. At least not until like the very end of the fight. You can be standing in a couple of different places. So what I like to do is stand on top of this thing. Some people like standing around the tree here. You can try whatever works the best for you, but standing on top of those buildings works pretty good. So we're gonna use sleep darts for this, and the same thing that I showed with the witches earlier, where you can equip blink and sleep darts to make it reload a little bit faster, still applies here. But as soon as you get somewhere around here, equip sleep darts and shoot her. Like that. And then I blink up here and get on top of this. And right now there's going to be a number of clones of Delilah spawning, and you need to hit 4 of them with sleep darts. They can spawn in random locations. Usually some spawn right around here. They can spawn on these islands around this place. Also spawn behind these buildings and like on the ground around here. But you get used to the positions pretty easily. Okay, so just hit 4 of them with sleep darts. And the last one is right here. Where she was. Oh, there she is. Okay, good. And then blink down here as soon as you're done hitting 4 of them. Usually you're a bit more lucky and they're in some better positions. So as you blink down here, once you've hit 4 of them, Delilah is gonna like spawn for real, and she's gonna spawn in front of this painting. So what you wanna do here is just equip your normal darts, not the sleep darts, and as soon as she spawns you wanna hit her with 1. And the time it takes for her to spawn is actually completely random, so it can take a really long time, but sometimes it's just like that, she spawns like fairly quickly. And the time for this category stops when you hit her with that last dart. And it's also important to note that the auto splitter, even though it starts the time automatically, it doesn't end the time automatically. So as soon as you fire that sleep dart, you need to manually hit your split key to stop your timer, because it doesn't track it automatically. And that's the entire Brigmore Witches speedrun. So if there's any questions about like anything in this run that was unclear or something you're wondering about, just leave a comment on this video or like send me a message somewhere. And then I just wish good luck to anyone who chooses to run this.